know what you want.
Exactly.
Like, you have your mind set up, and a lot of men don't. Like, they want that.
Yeah, and a lot of women have had 10 or 20 bodies by then, and they're not marriage material.
Ladies, pause real quick, ladies. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let Streets have his talking point.
Okay.
Once we finish with that, we're gonna react to a video that's gonna touch point on this exact subject. Okay.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
I kind of
let's
wanted
go
to
ahead.
ask two separate questions. I guess I'll do it one by one. Okay, so one thing for you, you said that it's a deal breaker if the sex isn't great. Now, mind you,
Yes.
like, but here's the thing though. Like, when you've already placed the stigma of all these physical attributes that have to be there, or else they're not even on your radar. And then in the beginning of this, you say that the men you've experienced in Dallas are all trash. And I'm like, well, maybe the energy you're attracting is that big D energy that you're loving, but that isn't going to give you the relationship that you might need. Now, here's the thing. Like, at the end of the day, like when it comes to having multiple sexual partners, like I feel like to practice self-control, and not just the concept of abstinence, but really just practicing self-control and placing boundaries and respecting boundaries. The moment somebody steps over a boundary, that's all you need to know, and just go.
Mm-hmm.
But the question is, if you're going to put all the stipulations of what you're requiring of men, then also put the stipulations of what you're requiring of yourself and them in the boundaries.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And so, but when you're allowing these boundaries to be set before the relationship's even started, how can you expect success?
Facts.
Great point. The only way that I'm saying as far as like the sexual matters, because I feel like physicality is kind of like the first things that people encounter with each other.
For
So
sure.
it's like that should be something that we shouldn't even have to discuss or figure out. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
Like,
here's the
and a
thing. Here's the
person-
thing.
And I feel like also the more you like a person, the better it is. So it's like
Absolutely.
I would rather like a person more than like having sex.
So I
with
would say
them.
this. I would say this.
That's
My advice would be, and this, I don't usually don't give advice, but my advice is get some secondary advice. Talk to married couples.
I do.
There is not a
My
single
married
married couple
friends.
I know of that will tell you that every single year the sex was great. There's not a single married couple I can talk to that says every single year we were in love. There's not a single married couple that says every single year we had the vibe. Like, I'm talking about couples that got some age on them.
Okay.
Couples that got 10,
was
20,
like,
30
my
years on them.
friends.
Why? Because at the end of the day, people change. The person you married 5 years ago isn't going to be the same person 5 years later. In fact, if people were to marry every 5 years, they'd have a new groomsman and bridesmaid. Why? Because even your friends change every 5 years. You know, like literally, you meet somebody who got married, and it's like, man, my bride, like, man, this is my groomsman. I thought he was my boy, but man, I don't even talk to him no more. Why? Because in that season when he got married, that was who he's around. And so, same thing with sex. Why? Because you're relearning somebody. You're relearning somebody's body. Matter of fact, the things that somebody might have enjoyed in the beginning of your marriage might begin to change, because, like, you know, I actually didn't like this. Maybe it was because I was doing this and this and this, and I was exposed to this, but now this is starting to change. And so you got to constantly relearn somebody. But the thing is, people want to have sex, but love comes with practice, and love comes with long suffering. Love comes with patience and kind. You have to literally learn somebody. And the more you fall in love and get that time in with somebody, that's when you can develop intimacy. But people want instant gratification and not develop intimacy, because developing intimacy takes time, and that's what happens in marriage. But the issue is when there are deal breakers like sex, and somebody for like myself who literally has not had sex, and I'm like, okay, bet. So is it when marriage happens and you're not whatever it may be, and it's something we got to develop, you're like, oh, I got to get I'm out of this now. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a boundary I've set for myself. We not smashing, right? And so if that's the case, then how many women are already disqualifying me based off the fact that I'm not going to partake? Now, mind you, I'm cool with that, because that tells me where I need to be and where I don't need to be. But I feel as though like starting off with sex as a baseline, when sex, literally things that the vibe changes, love changes, sex changes. These are things you have to constantly learn and relearn about somebody. And it depends on, do you really want marriage? Because marriage is long.
Right. Well, I'm not saying like it just has to be like that, but I'm saying even when you learn in a person, everything about them changes. So if you like them or you love them and you enjoy them, like, you're gonna change with them. Like it. And I feel like if the sex is changing or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna continuously get better.
So
from
are you
the
willing to do
beginning-
that in the beginning of a relationship as well?
Okay, so
Because
I'm on
you
90
say
days.
if it ain't all real, it's like y'all gotta be out.
I'm trying to be married by 30. Like
I would say if you're trying to be
I'm
married by 30,
I'm not
slow
having
down the, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not having sex. I'm not drinking alcohol. Like I'm not doing nothing. Like
I see the water.
it's been a minute.
Indeed.
No, for real.
Indeed.
I'm serious.
And also, I want
'Cause
y'all to
I had
understand.
a husband. He finna get married.
You had a
You had a
husband.
husband, he
Somebody else got a husband. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, somebody else got some damn husband. Yeah, she must have been real good. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding.
wow.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
I'm just kidding. We...
Killing spree.
All right.
I gave him away. Crazy.
So
You gave him away. You sent them off to the streets.
I was in the street.
You caught him and you threw him back like a bass. It's just you said you was in the streets.
Somebody threw me an oop, and I just fumbled.
You fumbled the bag. Hey, look, I feel like everybody has a fumble the bag story.
So like, but women, y'all gotta understand, like y'all release oxytocin when y'all have sex. Now men do too, but it's a very small amount compared to what women release. So you can say that, oh, I'm just gonna go have sex with this guy, and it's nothing. Like this guy's really
Right.
pretty, and we're just gonna go sleep together, and it's nothing. And women like to think that they can be like men in that aspect. But I want y'all to know,
We're not.
good. I'm
We're
happy
emo-
y'all
we're not.
already have the mentality
some
that like
women
you
think
can't
like
do
we're
that.
not- Some
And I'm
women
a
think
lover
they're like
girl.
that. Like
Yeah.
I don't like. I get attached to people I have sex with. Like the people that I have sex with, like
I love
it's
you.
been going. That's what I'm saying. Like this is not just
I
like
love you.
I wanna, like yeah,
I love you.
like this is a year. Like we've been doing it for I'm like a long stretch. Like it's not like, oh, I see a fine guy, I want to hook up with him. Like, no, that's never
Yeah,
the case. Because
not
I
one
know
night
for a
stand.
fact that I'm emotional. Like some
Facts.
women feel like they can move like men, but we are not built like that. Like a man can have sex with a chick and be like, man, I'm with Tisha. Like, shoot, I just smashed Kelly. I'm with over here. Like,
her.
I can't do that because I know I'm gonna get attached. So like, I just be like very cautious
I
with who
mean,
I give myself to.
During my hot girl season, I mean, I liked both my niggas. I mean, both my dudes. Like, I liked both of them. Like, I'm a certified lover girl. Like, I love both of y'all.
Bruh.
Sincerely. I want y'all to be the same person.
Double kill.
I'm
But
saying
double
now.
homicide.
I'm saying now. I
She
love
had
them
two of
both.
them, guys. I told y'all they be
Damn.
spinning plates, and she loved both
But
of
no,
them. She
I
said.
was younger.
Two of them and then one on the
But question,
side, right?
question for you.
No, it was just two of them.
Okay, just
Question for you. Which one did you actually like the most?
don't sound like either.
It sounded like the better man.
Yeah, I like the better man, the one that like cared about my feelings and my emotions and stuff. But
So one was like the foodie call, and the other one was like getting all the good stuff.
I think both was
Nah,
getting the
they-
good stuff.
Yeah.
nah, I mean it was just they one was just like I said, like more at that time I was more physical and everything, so he just like satisfied everything, like the way he looked, the way he smelled, the way he dressed, like his haircut, like everything, like. And then the other dude was like
That's so
satisfied. It's so shallow, like yeah, facts.
But all y'all got
But
the
you-
same
but you
results
said-
saying men are trash.
What I'm saying is I was younger. I was way younger. Like
What's different now?
now, like I'm a lover girl AF. Like I said, I was like I liked.
So
both
you
of
were a
them.
certified lover girl. Now you just a lover girl.
Lover girl AF. Like I don't.
AF.
I want to be in
It's the
love.
AF.
Like
She
I do
upgraded.
not. I do not.
She got the
like,
premium package.
No,
This is
yeah.
the blue
I don't
check is
wanna,
the AF.
All right, let's do
I
that
don't wanna
video,
see
Donnie.
me-
Evolved, yeah.
Here.
Yeah, we got a video to react to right now.
See
Let
what
me
this is.
share my screen real quick.
It's already up.
Who is this?
Or
Oh wow.
You know who it is.
Indeed.